been a year since I last opened this world and posted a video on it. I guess my 2 week phase started sooner than last time, being it was several years ago. Now, this is my forever 1.8 world because, well, I grew up on this version of Minecraft. I'm 23 now, but 11 years ago, 12-year-old me ate this up for lunch, dinner, and a midnight snack. After 10 minutes of trying to log into my Microsoft account again, I got in to find copper tools, flying, gas, and mini gallon pet things in the new version, so look, I'm just trying to feel my childhood all over again. If you're brand new to seeing these videos, essentially, I'm just trying to have some fun. I'm not doing anything too crazy. I'm not a redstone builder. I don't do anything too crazy like that. I'm just out here to make some fun builds, build some houses, and, you know, just enjoy Minecraft, enjoy the game that we all grew up on and probably have a lot of fun memories of. And what we'll be working on in today's video is cleaning up some of the little things that I left behind last year, and that's mainly the house that we started off here in the beginning of the video. We got to do the windows, got to do the roof, or at least the attic. I mean, we did the roof, but the roof for the first floor, I guess. So those are the plans. So as we continue on into this adventure today, I kind of wanted to go over some of the nostalgic versions that I've played, and you know, maybe you can let me know in the comments what you've played as well, and what versions, what you started on. For me, it was actually Minecraft Pocket Edition. So back in the day, I think this was 2012, 2013. My friend had Minecraft on Xbox. There's actually videos of him doing some tutorials. We had a YouTube channel back in the day, and this is when I was first introduced to Minecraft. I didn't know it existed until I went to my friend's house. He mentioned what it was. I played a little bit with him on the Xbox. He showed me his world that he played with his friends, and I didn't have an Xbox. I had a Wii at the time, so I couldn't join him on that. But it's like, this is really cool. This game's really fun. It's actually really funny that my friend, his TV was green. The LCD was broken, so everything was green. It was pretty messy, but it was still fun. It worked, got the job done, and those were some really fun memories. Now, for me, then, since I didn't have an Xbox, the next best thing I could do was play on the Pocket Edition, which at the time was when the Nether Reactor, Core, whatever it was called, there was the blue thing you would do to get the Nether would be like that little prison-looking thing, and the worlds were so limited, they were so small, and yeah, those were fun worlds because you were just stuck in this little. It was like literally like the Truman Show, where you were really limited, and then the Nether thing, like you could spawn it several times, but it was very weird. The Nether was so weird, and there was always, of course, you know, the Herobrine videos on YouTube and people seeing it. There was all kinds of fun stuff back then. Nobody really knew, like nobody's really aware of what was going on. There's all these, you know, theories, and it was fun times. There was a lot of mystery, a lot of fun, and yeah, so that's how I started. I was on Minecraft Pocket Edition, and of course, well, the Xbox 360 as well, but I didn't get a 360 until several years later, probably not until 2015, I want to say, so I was on Pocket Edition for a while, and, I mean, I enjoyed it. Now, when I got to the Xbox 360 edition, I would play when my friends would come over. I don't think I ever had Xbox Live, actually. I didn't have enough money for that, so just played on solo by myself, and then whenever friends would come over, play some split screen. That's kind of where it all started for me, and that was a lot of fun. Of course, continuing to play in the Pocket Edition, I would try to play on my laptop computer as well. This was the next rendition of trying to play. This was Minecraft, just normal Minecraft, I guess. And I remember going to 7-Eleven and buying the Minecraft gift card for $20, and then trying to install it on my toaster of a laptop computer at the time. You know, it wasn't terrible. I think it was when it was AMD. I was like the equivalent of like an i3 Intel chip. So it did not run very smoothly. And even now, it's kind of funny. Now that I have a little bit of money and, you know, I'm older, I don't have a PC. I do everything on a Mac. So you'll notice here the leaves on this Minecraft version are not the fancy ones. And you'll notice some lag too as we go along in today's episode and even in the future episodes, just because I'm on MacBook. I have a MacBook Pro. I swear it's gotten worse. Like in years past, it didn't used to be so bad, but lately it has not been great. So I do bear in mind with that, and for some reason my Optifine's also broken, so I don't think that's helping either. But yeah, so going back to the last edition, I do remember hopping on and starting to survive a world, and I would play every day by myself, which was kind of maybe a little bit different than most people's memories. I think most people have played with other people, and that's some of their core memories. For me, it was a lot of fun just watching YouTubers too, like Jack Frost Miner, Beijing Canadian. There was a guy named Dan the Miner, or I forget. He's building Danville, and I remember watching that. I wanted to build my own city, so I copied him and tried building my own city and create Minecraft Creative. So I'd hop on and do that, and then, I remember hopping on into like I don't remember what it was called, but there was some sort of course online to like learn how to do Minecraft mods. And I am not a coder by any means, and I did not take off too well there, but it was cool when you follow the tutorial. Did some cool stuff there, and I think that was on like 1.7, maybe 1.8, I don't know. So that's why it's really core for me to play 1.8, because that's where I played a ton of it. Granted, I did play a good amount later in 2016 and 2019 and some of those years when I hopped back on, but I played a lot of Minecraft in the 1.7, 1.8 realm. So this is really fun to go back and just enjoy some of the nostalgia in this. And I'm assuming if you're watching this video, it is for you too. So like I said earlier in the video, that nowadays I don't even know what's going on. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, obviously you have to expand the stuff, and I really wonder, what are today's kids thinking? Are they booting up Minecraft, and then are they making some core memories? Like, if there's the 10 to 12 year old kid playing Minecraft now, is this going to be the same kind of nostalgia? They go and play the game in 10 years, it's going to be like, is 1.21 going to be their nostalgia version? I don't know, but it's cool how the game has progressed. Like, I can't deny that, and I do think that it has progressed pretty well. And they haven't done anything too absurd. The PvP changing in 1.9 was really a long time ago. I remember, it feels like it was yesterday. Obviously on Bedrock it's a little bit different, and the versions getting merged and all that kind of stuff on PC. But the Minecraft movie, all the other games, the Legends, Dungeons, all sorts of wild stuff. But right now this house is starting to take shape. I'm really liking how this is turning out. I usually build my houses underground to start, and then I'll kind of build them above ground. That's just kind of my style. I don't know what anybody else's style is. That's how I always do it. I always like to try to keep things organized. And so continuing on with the different Minecraft versions I played, after playing quite a bit on my laptop, then I ended up playing some more Minecraft on PC, but this time on Mac, and this was in 2016. There's some videos on my old channel, and in 2016 played a lot of Bed Wars. Beijing Canadian got me that. I always wanted to play the Hunger Games. I was not very good at it, but Bed Wars was pretty cool. That was a lot of fun. It was also called Egg Wars, and then I can't remember what Beijing called it. I cannot remember this in my life, but yeah, that was fun times. I remember just logging on every day. There would be like a Beijing Canadian video. I was watching it during my lunch, and just seeing him dominate. And looking back, it's pretty crazy how good he was. Just pure domination. I know that's what he did every single day, but it's kind of cool to think back on. And yeah, so on the Mac version, I played quite a bit there as well. I ported some of my worlds from my old laptop, and that was on the Mac Mini 2016. Do you not remember? I think it might have been an i5 chip. Nothing too insane there, but from there, I moved along to the PlayStation 4. I bought a PlayStation 4 on the Black Friday of 2016. I remember getting the Uncharted edition. I ended up selling that in 2021, that PS4. But yeah, that was PS4 was really fun, really fun. Uncharted was great, and Minecraft being on that was really fun too. I think every single device I've had, I played Minecraft on. I played it on, I had an iPad mini I bought for a while. I ended up selling it, but I had it for a while and played Minecraft on there. Played Minecraft on the iPod Touch, played Minecraft on the iPhone, played Minecraft on every single computer I've owned and every gaming console, except for the Wii, obviously. But Xbox 360 when I had it, then PlayStation 4, and even now, not recently, I guess it was a couple years ago now, I bought the Xbox One Series S, and I was going to buy Minecraft, I never did, because I was thinking, well, I have the 360 edition on my account, but you can't download that. So I found that out recently when I went to, I was like, you know what, I'll come and play some Minecraft. This is really weird, but I wanted to play. That's that 2-week phase that I'm going to get into here in a second, and why I think that we all kind of have this. I think it's been a trend on YouTube. It's been a trend just in general in the Minecraft community, and my theory on that, I'm going to get into that in just a second. But when I went to play the new Bedrock Minecraft 1.21, whatever it is, on the Xbox Series S, it was very different. The music was very foreign. I don't know who's doing it now, but it is just not the same. That's another reason why I love playing this old version. It's just the music is, oh my gosh, just makes you emotional thinking about it. It is beautiful music. Now, when I continued to play, I might have played for like 20 to 30 minutes, and I was just like, man, I don't know. There are so many weird things. I saw like the golems, and that's what I saw when I logged on here on the Mac for Java edition. And I don't know. I was like, this isn't the Minecraft experience I was kind of hoping for when I downloaded it. So I was like, let me go back to the computer, boot up Minecraft, and see what we can do. So that's how I ended up back here. Last year, I came back to Minecraft after not playing it for a long time. And because before that, I had really only played maybe a couple times on my friend's Realm server. We did it just for the memories for like 2 weeks. That was our 2-week phase. I think I've had a 2-week phase every couple years at this point, and back-to-back years. But it is genuinely a 2-week phase, and I think the reason why people get into this 2-week phase is there's maybe it's different for everybody. I think for me, there's been a couple different reasons. This time was kind of like I was in a slump mentally where I was like, just haven't been feeling right. Kind of miss some of the old days, miss some of the memories. Some things just haven't been going my way. And I was like, you know what? Minecraft. It feels safe, because there was just the memories back in the day, and there was fun times, whether it was with your friends, or in my case, a lot of it was by myself, just playing good old Minecraft, building things, using your creativity, and having fun. I think that's something that's maybe an underrated aspect to it, is just getting to use some of the creativity that we all kind of have, and Minecraft allows us to do so. Obviously in a block format, but there's a lot of things you can do. And the redstone creations people do is just absurd. I just like to build. I will stick to strip mining and building. Those are my specialties. I think the 2-week phase can be maybe initiated off of that. It can just be initiated off of wanting to have fun, getting bored of the same old newer games where it doesn't quite feel right. Sometimes the games nowadays, they are very dopamine intensive. Whereas in Minecraft, you do get dopamine, right? Like you find diamonds and everything, and it kind of lost its effect as time went on, and then obviously they added in the netherite and those, the whole new nether and all the new things, which, as a game developer, you're going to want to do to bring a new attention to the game, but then also satisfy current players. And I think why people just got burned out was people ran out of things to do. And then also people got older too. Like Minecraft's been around for a really long time. Like I said, people got old. They grew up. They started doing college, school, of that nature instead of elementary school or middle school. And the times changed. The YouTubers changed, right? The style of content changed, where it just became speedruns, or it became this very fantasized content that wasn't just the relaxed, enjoyable Let's Play videos. For example, one of the YouTubers I watched, I think I mentioned earlier, was Jack Frost Miner. I watched this guy day in and day out just do cool builds and talk about the game. That's all it was. And he was very fun to watch, did cool things, and then he just disappeared. And, it's unfortunate. Another YouTuber I watched was the NeoCubist. And I remember his reveal when he did his face reveal. I think this is true even just for other YouTubers. It's pretty insane to see a face reveal for especially Minecraft YouTuber, because you can always picture what their voice sounds like, and then once you see their face, it kind of removes the mystery of it. I don't know. I think that also kind of ruins it a little bit in a way, and I don't mean that's offending the creators themselves, but I think some of the mystery is lost. Now, back to the theory of the 2 weeks. I think, like I said, it could be due to maybe slump, could also be due to just feeling a little bit nostalgic and wanting to enjoy something that feels safe, something that feels right. And I think that's just with this especially this older Minecraft. Like hopping on to play the new Minecraft is, I mean, like I said, I've been doing this little 2-week phase for a couple years now. I've hopped on Realms several times in the past few years with some of my friends, and we've had some great times just coming on playing the newer version of Minecraft. But this new version of 1.21, maybe I'm just a boomer now, maybe I'm an Uncle Unk, but it doesn't quite feel right just hopping on and seeing golems, mini golems, and copper, and I don't know. This earlier this summer, I will say, I hopped on maybe once into the realm. My friends started it up, and I wasn't really feeling it. But this is our world that we've had for a couple years that we'll hop on, once or twice here in the summer. And I remember being on, and I was like, why is there a ghast flying in this world? What is going on? Because that's new, if you haven't heard. And yeah, it was very strange. So we have some diamonds here, and we need to grab a few resources, get some coal, and just go mining for a little bit, because you got to enjoy the full Minecraft experience. Like, it can't just be, the same thing all the time. It does get a little bit boring, so you got to mix it up. You got to be different, and I know mining can be very tedious. I remember playing when my friend would come over, who introduced me to Minecraft. We would play, and I would always be on mining duty because I was never the greatest at PvP. So I'd always be mining. I'd be strip mining. So you can call me a professional miner. So yeah, those were some fun memories. So strip mining, especially in 1.8, I know how to strip mine. That is for sure. Nowadays, diamonds spawn at all kinds of levels. Back in the day, diamonds spawned really well in between levels 8 through, I believe it was 14, and I think I'm on level 10, I want to say. That's usually when I build my mines at, just to be kind of like in the middle, and then I go 2 high, and then like in the hallway, you'll see it's 3 high, actually. And the other ones, we just go 2x2, 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 and just roll with it. So that is, before all the crazy caves and everything, this was the mining style, and eventually you're going to run into diamonds. To sum it all up, the 2-week phase is a very interesting phenomena that I think there's many theories and many reasons why people come back. I think those 3 reasons that I've outlined so far are kind of the ones that I think might be the main drivers, at least from my perspective. Maybe another one can also just be not wanting to let go, of some of the childhood memories. I know for me, anytime I see a baseball or a basketball, those were my childhood sports, and I played for over 10 years, from the time I was 5 till like 18. So I guess, yeah, like 13 years. And anytime I see those, it just takes me back so many memories of that. It's like you feel like you can still do everything you used to be able to do, and you get older. I'm still 23, like I'm not 40, but you can't do what you used to do, especially when you haven't been in practice for years. So, but anytime I see a baseball, it's like it just brings all the memories. I want to hold the baseball, I want to throw the baseball, see a basketball. So many memories. I think that really is a huge thing with coming back to Minecraft. And to build off of that, one final thing I think would be shiny object syndrome. I believe that whenever we see something new, I know this is especially for me personally, whether it's business, whether it's a game, whether it's life just in general, whether it's females, guys, whatever. The idea of something new is always very exciting to us as humans. That appeals to our monkey brains, for lack of a better term. And, I think that's why a lot of people just left Minecraft to begin with, but then going back, it almost feels new, and then you pair that with nostalgia. You pair those two together, and then, it feels new again playing Minecraft. But then that shiny object wears out, you lose some of that dopamine. It's like, yeah, this was really fun, I remember all the memories, but then it all kind of fades away, and the 2-week phase is over until the next time. And I think that's very, very common. That's why it's called the 2-week phase too, because it lasts about 2 weeks, genuinely. Like, I very much have experienced that. So let me know what your phase has been, what it's looked like, what consoles you've played on, some of your core Minecraft memories. I think it's fascinating to see what people have done, and it's not just in the United States either, like, which is kind of crazy to me, but Minecraft is a worldwide phenomenon. With all that said, thank you for tuning into this video, and I will see you guys in the next one for whatever topic of choice I have for that day. Take care.